Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SMA's brand new virtual format, Let's Talk Energy Power On. And we are ready, ladies and gentlemen, to deep dive into our next session. We are going to talk about storage and the SMA Energy System Business. And for that, I would like to welcome my next guest. I have to formulate it a little differently. I would like to welcome back our next guest, because if you saw our last session, then you saw him already. He is Bernd Haberecht. He's the manager business development, and he is responsible for commercial energy systems. Bernd, welcome back.
Thank you, and also once again a warm welcome from my side, and I'm so happy about that. I was today announced to introduce the EV charging solutions, but now we are looking into also a very exciting topic, which is energy system and storage solutions for business applications.
Bernd, let's start with, let's say, a general question. Let's sort of start with an overall question. How does SMA actually define an energy system?
Yeah, let me try to explain it in a quite simple and easy way. So looking a few years back, PV inverters were normally installed as a standalone product. So power was produced in order to supply it to the grid and to benefit, to participate from interesting feed-in tariffs or subsidies. But as of today, the situation changed. So feed-in tariffs are decreasing significantly, but on the other hand, energy consumption and energy prices are increasing. So the goal we have today is, of course, to install PV inverters to produce energy, to generate solar power, but to use it in an optimal way. So that means within the system, more components now are needed, are necessary to get all these advantages. So that means to store, for instance, solar power, to store the power in storage systems like batteries and use it independently of time. But you also need control devices, control units in order to manage the stored, for instance, the stored energy or the produced energy, but also to distribute it to several appliances being installed in the system. And of course, one super important topic now is EV charging. So charging the cars with the produced power. So to put it in a nutshell, for our understanding, energy systems contains out of products and services interacting with each other to produce, to store, and to manage carbon-free energy.
Absolutely, carbon-free is the key word here. What are the benefits to the commercial customers, though? Can you tell us about that?
Of course. So when we talk about the installation of an energy system, that is always related to an investment. And why does a commercial customer invest money? Because of the return on investment. That's how it is. But with the SMA Energy System Business, savings up to 80% in regards to energy costs are possible. The second important point is we discussed about the increasing energy costs. But if you produce your own PV power, you're kind of independent, right? So you predict yourself against increasing energy costs. And yes, if there is still some excess energy left, why not supply it to the grid? So what we did normally in the past, and by that create additional revenue streams. And for that, you also need some intelligent services. So this is the advantage for commercial customers.
So let's talk about the installers who are actually going to be out in the field and installing your products. What benefits do they have using the SMA Energy System?
That's also a very good question, because whatever SMA is doing, we think about our installers. But the main advantage for the installer is SMA delivers all components in order to address the use cases which I've just mentioned as a one-stop shop system supplier. So only one face to the customer. That is SMA or the respective key account manager. On the other hand, just in case there are questions during the commissioning or after the site is up and running, it's also kind of headache-free, because SMA will jump in and take care on the questions our installers have.
Okay, now let's see.
Exactly. That is the thing now. We've understood that we need services. We need also components. And I've mentioned, yes, everything is available within our product portfolio. So let's start with the first thing. When we start to discuss a project, we have our tool, Sunny Design Pro. So with Sunny Design Pro, and that is also a brand new offering we are offering now, is we support the customer, the installer, in designing, so make it commercial as well as a technical layout of their individual project by analyzing load profiles, analyzing the energy consumption, and then we're coming along and make a recommendation how their specific energy system could look like. Then we have, of course, our well-known Sunny Tripowers series to produce the energy, and I'm very happy today that I'm now officially allowed to announce that also Core 2, the brand new Core 2, Matthias already introduced this morning, is now a major pillar of our energy system. Then, yes, we have our storage business, so the storage application. We have a battery inverter to put the energy into our battery. And it's also now brand new to have the EV charger business within our portfolio, beside other communication accessories. And I'm now very happy, and I already mentioned that the storage business is a major part of our energy system business. And my colleague Michael will now again introduce our storage solution, looking much more in detail into it, and will also explain the advantages of that approach.
Let's take a look.
Hello and a warm welcome to the product presentation of the SMA Commercial Storage Solution. My name is Michael. I'm account manager at SMA for commercial PV and storage applications. If we're talking about commercial storage systems, we see two main applications in the market. On the one hand, we have the load peak shaving. Load peak shaving is typically, let me do and explain an example for you. So let us talk about a supermarket. The typical supermarket has to build up new infrastructure for electrical vehicles. That could be a really tough requirement for them because it could install 2, 4 or up to 10 separate charging points. One charging point could require up to 22 kilowatt. So it's easily that the existing grid connection capacity will be doubled. So the customer or the supermarket owner has to invest into a grid extension, or he could take his money and invest into a commercial storage solution which exactly will discharge the battery if a load peak due to a wall box occurs. That has two main advantages. They reduce the electricity cost of the supermarket owner, and on the other hand, he could avoid a really expensive grid extension. Second use case is the self-consumption increase. What does it mean, self-consumption increase? Imagine a milk farm. A milk farmer, very often good rooftop situations, which fits perfectly to install a PV system. But this milk farmer has the highest energy demand in the early morning or in the late evening. So what you can do, he could invest into a SMA commercial storage solution, and this system is able to store the PV excess during the day into the batteries, and especially in the morning and the late evening where the energy demand is high, the system could release it quite fast. What is the big benefit for the milk farmer? He could reduce the energy costs, he is more energy independent, and the last but not least, especially in these days, it's a really big thing, they reduce the carbon footprint. But we see much more in the market, much more different companies with different requirements. So we do need flexibility behind a storage system. You see here on the left-hand side, Sunny Tripower storage is a bidirectional battery inverter with up to 75 kilowatt discharging power. It's scalable into the megawatt range. You can use 1 or 20 of them, depends on the load profile. And of course, the battery inverter also needs a battery, and that is our in-house product, the SMA storage business. It is a battery system with 67 kilowatt hours usable battery capacity. And of course, I told it before, we do need flexibility, which means in this cabinet we could adapt 2 additional battery modules and the entire system could provide 76 kilowatt hours. But in a lot of applications, 76 kilowatt hours could not be sufficient. So we prepared the solution in that way that up to 4 SMA storage business could be connected on the tree power storage. We are able to scale the system in the megawatt range and also in the megawatt hour range. Hardware and system technique and intelligent algorithms are not sufficient at all. We do need also some additional services to be successful with these kind of system technology in the market. We offer for sizing a system our Sunny Design Pro tool, where we are able to be in a cross-functional environment. That is one services. But on the other hand, we also have warranty extensions available behind this system. So the entire storage system could be ordered with 10 years warranty time in total. And if you do need commissioning support at field, it's also not a problem with SMA. So we do have our field engineers and they will be at the site with you and do the commissioning together. The market in total has a big requirement about cross-sectional solutions. SMA is today your one-stop shop solution within our SMA Energy System business. And this package will round it by additional services which makes your life easier. Many thanks for the audience.
Thank you, Michael, for that exciting introduction. And to be honest, if I would own a company, if I would be a commercial customer, I would buy at least one system now. And now you would ask, why would you buy a system now? Because it's of all these advantages. I mean, with the pure installation of the storage device, savings up to 40% of energy costs. 40% of energy costs are possible to achieve. And how we are going to achieve that? With, of course, all these nice features which are implemented and available in the system. One feature is the so-called peak load shaving. So what are we doing with peak load shaving? Peak load shaving is we are going to cut expensive energy peaks by using the energy which we stored in our battery. That leads to up to 40% cost savings. But that session is also about the energy system, so the holistic approach. So now, if we build, for instance, inverters around our storage solution, we can benefit of the increase of self-consumption. So produce the energy, then we store the energy, and we reuse the energy independently of time when it is needed. So no need to just supply it to the grid, and they are not getting the interesting feed-in tariffs anymore. And a third functionality which has been implemented is the so-called time of use option. So with the time of use, we can program our system when to charge the battery, when to discharge the battery, and that can depend on different energy tariffs or on possible sunshine or not. These are the commercial advantages with all the savings which can be achieved. And finally, when doing an investment, people do also look at yields. And with the installation of the energy system business, including the storage solution, yields up to 18% of the investment is possible. For those who are more interested into technical things of our solution, I'm proud to say that our solution, that our system fulfills all known or the highest safety standards which are known in that business space, in that area. So we are offering maximum safety, and we are achieving that because we are using modules which bring along battery modules, which bring along highest safety standards, and which are, by the way, also used in the automotive industry for e-vehicles. Our system solution offers an ultimate flexibility. Ultimate flexibility means we have a scalable product. Michael introduced in the video a 67 kWh storage capacity system, but it is scalable up to a megawatt range. And we wouldn't be SMA if there wouldn't be any innovations inside the product. And the innovations which are inside the product leads to a best-in-class efficiency of our system.
Now, Bernd, I would really like to know, I mean, this all sounds great and it looks great on paper too, but is it all theoretical or are these ideas actually being implemented and are up and running already?
It sounds theoretical, but indeed it is already up and running. What I would like shortly now to introduce is what you can see here on the screen. It's a dairy farm where PV is installed on the roof. That is what we can see from the outside. But inside the dairy farm are, beside these happy and friendly looking cows,
they look very happy.
They do. And I guess the reason why they look so happy is because the energy system business, including storage, is installed there at that farmer. The application why it is installed, it is, of course, to reduce energy costs, but also, and that is achieved by the increase of self-consumption. Let me shortly introduce what kind of components are installed. We have there 2 times the Sunny Tri-Power Core 1. Yes, obviously, it's a 100 kW rooftop PV application. We have our storage solution, though the storage business, in this case, 67 kWh storage capacity. We have the Sunny Tri-Power storage, so our pure commercial storage battery inverter, which 100% belongs to the storage business with our system approach. And we do also have there installed lots of accessories like communication accessories. And I would like now to take the chance to highlight one communication accessory, which is the Data Manager M. Data Manager M is a well-known SMA product, yes. With the Data Manager M, you can control, even remotely, the installed PV inverters, but you could also use the Data Manager M, which is basically the gateway to send data to external monitoring portals. And this is also done here in this application. What we see here now on the screen is Sunny Portal powered by NXOS View. This is a dashboard. So the Data Manager M sends all the data generated in that system to Sunny Portal in this case. So what can we see here on the dashboard? It is the power generation, of course. It is a power consumption. We also have some weather data. We also have a weather forecast. But we also have interesting battery values, like the state of charge or the charging capacity or the discharging capacity. And I personally like one figure which is also displayed in Sunny Portal. That is the so-called degree of autarky. If we would now go online and look into that project, into Sunny Portal, we would see that the degree of autarky at that farm, at that dairy farm, is 99%. Well, that means that that farmer does almost not purchase any energy from the grid anymore.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. If you, dear viewers, would like to enlarge this slide, you can do so by just clicking full screen on the product slide, and you can get a closer look at that. And while you look at the slide, we'll take a very quick break and be back with your questions and answers in our Q&A section next. Wow, that is a pretty amazing number, 99% autarky. That is pretty amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions that you would like to have answered by Bernd, now is your time. Anything regarding storage or the SMA Energy System Business, Bernd will be happy to answer all those questions now. And once again, if we don't get to all the questions, I can see there's quite a lot already. If we don't get to all of them, not to worry, Bernd will answer them later via email. So, you ready?
I am.
Okay,
Looking
I'm
for
too.
get some good questions.
Okay, they are great questions, Bernd. So, does the SMA commercial storage always have to be installed together with a PV system?
No, that's not mandatory. So the advantage of our system, it's an AC coupled system. And the ones again who listened carefully, I explained we have a functionality called peak load shaving. And if we rely on peak load shaving, we need to ensure that we do have enough capacity stored in our battery when the peak is there. And we can't rely, in this case, on the sun. Of course, to get out more of it, more advantages of the system, it makes sense to install it with PV, but it is not mandatory. So it can operate basically as a kind of standalone system.
Okay. And can the functions peak load shaving and self-consumption optimization be implemented with the same system?
That's a good question. So as of today, unfortunately not, but we know and we understood the demand which is coming from the market, and there will be also for the day by when we will offer also this very important and interesting feature.
Okay. When is it worth installing a commercial store?
So commercial storage is worth to install when in this case, the farmer or the consumer has high energy consumption. If it is high peak loads, which are expensive, especially in some regions in Germany, but I've also heard about regions outside Germany where peak loads are expensive, then it does make sense. It does also make sense, as already mentioned, if the energy consumption is in general very high. And now again, somehow related to the first question, if there is enough space on the roof to install proper PV power, then it also makes sense because we understood that feed-in tariffs are more and more getting uninteresting. So store the energy you produce on your own.
And alone being having an autarky grade of 99%. And if I
Exactly.
look at your one, or if I bear in mind one of your last slides, it said amortization within 11 years. So it's, it pays for itself fast.
Exactly, pays for itself very fast for these 11 years. I know that there are regions in Germany where the amortization time is even better than these 11 years. But 11 years, especially for farmer, that is super attractive. And the good thing with that farm, I mean, it has been installed, it is installed in the southern part of Germany. But to be honest, it could be everywhere in the world. And that is a key message.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see the next question. What is the backup operation time delay for Sunny Tripower 60 in case of grid blackout?
So again, a very good question, and we have already realized that there's an increasing demand coming from the market. So our solution, as we have it today within our system, we do not offer backup functionality. But here, again, we understood that there is a need coming from the market, and everybody knows we have a very strong R&D department. So taking also this into account, that is the only thing what I can say today, but unfortunately today we don't have it with our system, to be honest here.
Okay, so let's move outside of the bounds of Germany, as of course we have viewers from all over the world today. And the question is, when is commercial storage available outside of Germany?
Yeah. So
I don't know if you could be region specific, because that's something that has come up today often.
Yeah, of course, for Germany, it is already available, up and running, as already you've seen. We have already delivered systems outside Germany, but for this we first of all stay in Europe. But however, I mean, I'm the business development manager looking outside Germany, looking outside Europe. I'm the one there developing markets, developing the business for SMA, and I can really ask, if there is an interest outside the European markets, please contact your SMA sales representatives. They will get back to me. I mean, we are aligned on a weekly basis, and then we will definitely also discuss and maybe take other countries also into consideration. But as of today, I can't promise that it will be available by tomorrow, but we are going to develop that business.
But there's a dialogue in process, so all you need to do, dear viewers out there, is get in contact with your SMA contact person, and they're going to liaise with Bernd over here, and then we're going to have you up and running very soon. So, what is the cost of the kilowatts per hour for the business battery pack?
Unfortunately, I don't have sales representatives beside me today, so
You don't have a
I
little
would
voice.
I would invite you to contact your SMA sales representative, and they will submit a quote.
Okay. Let's see what the next question is. Can the SMA commercial storage be expanded later? For example, if changes, if the framework conditions change, installation of charging stations, perhaps.
Yes. So as already mentioned, it's an innovative product. It's a scalable product that brings the flexibility. You can start with a very small, like the 67 kWh application, and extend at a later stage, for instance, when EV charging will be more a topic to be discussed in order to avoid these called peak loads, with peak load shaving. Another important topic I would like to mention here is, and that is also related to that question, even if you decide to install the system and use it for peak load shaving, at a later stage, the same system, you can just reprogram it and say, now I'm going to use this system for time of use applications. So again, a flexibility which we offer because we know that the boundaries can change during lifetime.
Absolutely. Battery question is next. What lifetime do the batteries have?
So the lifetime they are designed for 20 years. What we are saying, we are offering a standard warranty of 10 years. It's a system warranty, of course, if the batteries operate under certain circumstances, especially in terms of temperature and humidity.
Okay, absolutely. And the warranty you just mentioned, warranty on the batteries, 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is lithium-ion?
Ion-based, yeah. Yes.
Any plans to support other storage technology?
So far, not. But again, we have a good R&D department, and therefore also looking at other technologies. But as of today, no.
The R&D department is going to get a big to-do list from you today, it seems.
That's
okay.
Business development.
Battery manufacturers. Okay, which battery manufacturers are compatible with SMA? You have 1 minute to answer this question.
So in terms of, we are not a battery manufacturer. We are using batteries. They are supplied from Samsung SDI. I can then highlight this here. And we are using them and integrate them into an entire system. But now when we look at a system, is there any other supplier or competitor which is equal to the SMA approach? What I can say as of today, no. For our understanding, and what I know, we are the only ones offering PV inverters, offering management systems to manage the energy, offering monitoring, offering the design studies, and also EV charging infrastructure, as well as storage applications out of one hand as a one-stop shop system supplier.
Okay, we have 30 seconds. Can you answer one of the following 2 questions fast? Is it possible to have DC coupling for the battery system? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, and when is the Sunny Tri-Power storage going to be available in America with 480 volt?
Sunny Tri-Power storage won't be available in America. That is just the most of the world product.
Okay.
Without 480 volts, so only 400 volt applications.
Okay. So all the other questions that came in will be answered. They will be answered by Bernd later on today or in the next coming days via email. So thank you so much, dear viewers, for sending in all those questions. I hope we got many of your bases covered right here with storage and the SMA Energy System. So thank you so much, Bernd, for letting me grill you. I think you did really well.
Thank you very much.
Do you feel well?
I feel good, still good.
Fantastic, still good, very good. So thank you so much. We're going to take a very short break of about 15 minutes, and we will be back with another very exciting topic, sustainability, right here on Let's Talk Energy, Power On. Stay tuned.